I'm Rebecca Ochoa, and I have been dancing for 15 years, and this is my third season here at ALDA. Before I moved here, I lived in my hometown my whole life. The same studio that I grew up in, I taught in. And I had this dancer who started dancing with me. I was one of her very first teachers. And we grew up together, and you know, when we first started, she was very shy, very timid, and didn't have a lot of confidence in herself as a dancer. And when I left, she had blossomed into this beautiful, talented dancer, and the very last day I was there, she gave me a picture of her and I, and on the picture was a letter that she had wrote to me, and it was just of everything that she loved about me and the impact that I had made on her life. And she called me her sister, her mother, and the leader that she's always wanted. And like, anytime I feel like I didn't do enough that day, or I'm feeling bad about myself, or just like, you know, we all have those bad days. Anytime I feel that way, I look, it's hanging on my dresser, I look at that picture and I read it, and I'm like, man, like, I made a difference in someone's life. And a lot of times parents will come up to you and they'll tell you how much they appreciate you, but to have a student put into words what you mean to them and be able to articulate that to you and say, like, you made a difference in my life, it just means the world to me. And then another memory is actually the student here had a little girl, 2 years old, in our youngest classes, and all of our 2-year-olds start off really, really shy. Like, it doesn't matter if they've been dancing since they could walk, or, you know, whatever, they all start off really shy. Well, this little girl, she came in and she danced with us for 4 months. And by dance, I mean she stood there and she looked at me for 4 months and just stared at me. She did not do anything. And I kept telling mom and dad, like, she's not crying, she smiles at me, she's looking at me, she's just not dancing, but I don't want you to stop bringing her, because I feel like it's gonna happen eventually. Like, eventually she'll get it, she'll wanna be a part of it. And then one day, like 4 months in, I walked in thinking it was going to be a completely normal day. Oh, hi, how are you? You know, let's dance, you know, expecting her not to do anything another week. And then she did everything. Like, and by everything, I mean everything. Like, from start to finish, she knew all the dances and she was smiling the whole time. And we had like a little mini celebration afterwards. We were like, yay, she did it! Like, oh my God. And then at the end of the year, her mom gave me a personalized cup that says Miss Rebecca on it. And on the back, it says, behind every great dancer was a teacher who believed in them first. And I legit cried. I was like, I couldn't handle it, because it was so sweet. And the mother was so grateful and thankful that I would be patient enough. And I was thankful enough that she would be patient enough with me to like give me that space to let her daughter be comfortable with me. Like, it's not even about like I was patient with her daughter, it was that they were patient enough with me to let me go through the process with her, to hand that responsibility over. And I feel like that was one of the best moments that I've had as a teacher, for sure, definitely. I absolutely love teaching here. The vibe when you walk into the door is just so friendly and so positive, and it, from our teachers to our front desk staff to our parents, and of course our kids, like, it's just such a warm and welcoming feeling. You know, before I moved here, I went on several different interviews to like find my new home. I'm not originally from Southern California, and Courtney was my first interview, and I walked in and I met her, and like we immediately clicked. And everything she had to say, I absolutely loved. The vibe, the feeling she wanted for her studio was exactly what I wanted to be a part of. And I was really excited, and I was like, oh my God, it's gonna be like this everywhere I go, like this is gonna be awesome. And then I went on like, you know, 8 more interviews, and it was just not the same. The vibe wasn't the same, the feeling wasn't the same. And that's how I knew that this was gonna be my new home away from home. Dancing for me has always been the light in the dark. When I grew up, I was really shy, I was really nervous. I didn't have a lot of confidence, and when I danced, I could be anybody I wanted to be. I learned everything that one could possibly learn from dance. All of the best things about myself, I feel like I learned from dance, you know, from time management to being held accountable to being positive to working hard. Like, everything I learned from dance, and for me, that's what I want to give back to my students. And if there's one thing that I can teach anybody who comes here, is that if you work hard and you keep trying, you will succeed. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It doesn't matter if it's a math problem, if it's a turn, if it's a hair flip. Like, no matter what you do, even if you don't do it right the first time, you will get it. You just have to keep working on it. And I think that being a dancer and a dance teacher has helped me find that confidence in myself, and I absolutely love giving that confidence back to my students. I think that it's the most amazing thing in the world to see a kid struggle with something and then they get it and they're like, Miss Rebecca, can I show you? You know, like, I will literally be in a class and literally everyone's like, we're working on a skill, and everyone's like, Miss Rebecca, like, can I show you? And then we have to like separate and take time to do it. But yeah, I think that's the best thing about teaching, is just giving back to your students and watching them accomplish something that they've been working on for a really long time. I just want to welcome you guys to the family. We can't wait for you to be a part of this place and this feeling, and we hope that you enjoy it and love it as much as we do.